All right. I am very late today. I actually got watching a holiday movie on Netflix that they just added with Vanessa Hudgens, and I can't even remember what it's called to tell you the truth. But I then saw the time and was like, oh crap, I'm late as hell. Now, today is Friday, which means we're going to be doing pretty much nothing. We're going to kind of be talking a little bit about whatever I want, but as much as I was just going to go into normal stuff and life, something happened that I absolutely had to talk about. As you guys know, because on Tuesdays we're going to be doing Breaking Kayfabe, or yeah, Kayfabe. I love WWE. And as you notice, there's something missing behind me today, and that's this beautiful title. Love it. Anyway, so why do I have this down? Why do I now have it over my shoulder besides the fact that, I look good with it? Yeah. But WWE actually just now debuted a new rendition of an old title. Now, this one is actually quite interesting. We are going to bring it up here right now. It is the 2019 edition of the Intercontinental title. Now, why is this so important? Now, first of all, let's look at this title real quick. And I want you to notice the side plate itself. It has the WWE symbol on it, which a lot of their new title belts are actually doing that. As you can see with their WWE Universal Championship, these plates. Now, on the back, these two screws itself actually unscrew, and you can actually get interchangeable plates. Now, that has been their way to kind of show who the champion is now. Whereas before, they used to have the name kind of on the bottom. But as you can see right now, there's really no place to put the name. So they're kind of putting it on the sides now. Now, if you watched WWE SmackDown, which actually was just on where they debuted this, you actually saw that Shinsuke Nakamura had his own side plates on here, or on that title belt. So that's going to be their new way of kind of doing stuff. And I think moving forward, I feel like we're going to start seeing a lot of the championship belts change. Mainly the only two left to kind of change is the United States Championship, which is actually older than the old Intercontinental Championship that they just had. Now, here's the other interesting piece when it comes to the old Intercontinental title, the one that we just had, and now they changed this one. That one was brought back for the longest time. I actually have everything pulled up, so for the longest time, we had the Attitude Era belt, which this Attitude Era belt has a kind of egg design, which I'm pulling up right now. Has this kind of egg design, and, it was kind of at the time, it's not a bad belt, right? So we've had this for a while. This is actually a horrible picture of it, to tell you the truth. But we've had that belt for the longest time, and it was actually starting to become more dominant again. More superstars were really wanting to go get it. And so we had an interesting superstar, which some people will know this name, Cody Rhodes, who is now the creator, one of the co-creators of AEW. He decided that this Intercontinental title that I'm showing to you on my left, but on the right of your screen, was just not classy enough. So he brought back the old rendition of it. Now, the old rendition changed to this. And he actually, if you know the story behind it, he actually paid for the title belt himself so that he could get this specific title. Now, this one was very, very nice. As you can see, it has the rectangular version, and especially when you look at it compared to the Attitude Era Intercontinental title, you can kind of see that this is definitely a nicer title. But therein lies the problem. While, yes, the Intercontinental title looked great like that, what's going on right now? Cody Rhodes now has broken away from WWE, and he has AEW. Now, WWE is kind of wiping their entire stuff clear of it, and as some people have noted in the vastness of it, in the fallout, it's probably the better word for it, certain things have kind of fallen by the wayside, just like Jon Moxley now in AEW used to be Dean Ambrose in WWE. They actually still have on their shop some of his stuff. They still have a hat, which I plan on getting sooner or later. But you can't even look. If you put Dean Ambrose, it's wiped clear. You cannot find his name on there. And they have done that in the past with other superstars. I don't really want to go into that because I have different feelings about that one. But so it makes sense that they want to change it. Because why would they want something that Cody Rhodes brought in? So that's why ultimately they changed it to this. Now let's get a little bit up close because we're going to kind of go into this because this title is very intriguing to me because I don't think it's a bad design. I just don't think compared to the last design, I don't think it has as much prestige, but I think this is a definite good version. Now, I say that because a lot of people will be like, are you freaking crazy? This is not a good version whatsoever. But remember, we just got the 24/7 title. That's one of the newer title designs, which you can actually still buy. They don't have it as a replica, really? Oh, there it is. The 24/7 title, which is such a bland title as it loads up. I'm going to flip to this until it loads up. But the 24/7 title is such a bland title, and it gets mocked and just destroyed in the sphere of wrestling. And you can kind of see why. I mean, this is just like, there's nothing good to really say about this. Well, I mean, such old school titles, and like there's not a lot of detail on it. This is definitely a better picture of it, but it just, there's nothing that screams worth a damn, you know? So given that, they really had to think about what could go into if they're going to if they change the new Intercontinental title. So as you can see, it's very detailed. It's still got the globe on it. It's got the WWE symbol in the middle. I think truthfully they possibly could have done a little bit better with that, but it's not horrible. And I like the fact that it's actually, you can tell there's the WWE ring around it, and still has a lot of different stuff. Like there's a lot of good in this. And then one thing that a lot of people have been complaining about is the belt itself. I mean, just like you can see as far as the Universal title goes, that is around my shoulder or on my shoulder right now, a lot of people have a problem with the red belt. Now, it's actually very nice. Honestly, I was not a fan of it, but I wanted a belt that I could change the side plates. So that's actually why I got this. I would have probably gotten the Intercontinental title. I know that was above the camera. I would have probably got the Intercontinental title because I do love that design. The old one, the white belt and everything. But I went with this because of the side plates. So there's something to say about those side plates. And you can buy almost any superstar. You could get DX side plates, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Daniel Bryan, John. I don't actually think they have a John Cena now that I'm talking about it. It'd be kind of sad if they didn't. But that's ultimately why I got this one. because of that side plate right there. Now, as you'll also notice, the entire black, it's not actually red, but you can see in the stitching that it's not the same. The back and the front are two different leathers. But this design is really, really probably smart for them in the end. But I kind of question now, because they added the side plates to the Intercontinental title, how much longer until the US title gets changed? Now that's going to be the more interesting one, because let's pull that up real quick while I'm talking about it. Because the United States title, like I said, has been in the WWE, the new rendition of it, for quite some time. This was introduced way school. So I graduated in 2006. I can't remember exactly when. Let's see if it says it here. They say 2014 in the description of it, but I doubt that they really changed anything. They probably only changed the WWE symbol, which, as you can see here, it's kind of a clean symbol. You know, it's just very pointy. If you are a WWE fan, you'll know that that is very brand new, whereas the old symbol, which actually on that Attitude Intercontinental title belt, you can see what the old symbol was, which, let me pull it up a little bit bigger. You can see how rough it was, which ultimately, how they designed that. Remember, it was honestly just somebody kind of sketching it during a meeting, and it was something that just kind of became new. Now they did do, they did have the F on the end for the longest time, and of course, if anybody doesn't know that story, it's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life, and the fact that it went through just tells you a lot about our legal system. But the reason why they could no longer use the WWF, and they had, I really want the shirt that says "Get the F out," but is because of the fact that the World Wildlife Foundation wanted to use WWF, so they sued WWF because they have been around for a lot longer. It's like, yeah, you've been around for a lot longer, but you never used WWF. You used World Wildlife Foundation. So, but it's whatever. They changed it to World Wrestling Entertainment. But this is the United States title. And you can kind of see it's really bland. I mean, one thing that I do like is the United States flag in the background. That is really cool. Now, I follow someone, I actually thought about talking about this next week on my WWE show, but there's a lot of people that will do customized versions of this. Like, you can actually get this title belt, but all in purple, or the new shade of blue that Bray Wyatt is actually kind of carrying around now, because they transferred him to SmackDown because Brock Lesnar's a Raw kind of guy. But when they did the United States title, and I wish I had it pulled up, but like I said, this is a very last minute edition of the show. The belt itself, they had the flag printed on it, so it actually went into the metal. And I thought that was really, really cool, because it was just so unique. But of course, they're not going to actually use that of it. So as you can see, the side plates are definitely not interchangeable. And then it's just, it's almost gaudy. I don't know if that's actually the word I want to use, but it's very gaudy in comparison to the new sleeker versions of the title belts that they have. So it's going to be interesting at what point are they going to change that, because especially is Survivor Series, I think Survivor Series is this Sunday, and Shinsuke Nakamura, when they changed it, they started making fun of AJ Styles, and Roderick Strong, I believe is his name. He's the North American champion for Sorry, I'm having way too much fun now. That's why I leave it up there, because otherwise I'd be doing this all night. But Roderick Strong is the North American champion for NXT, which, I mean, I don't know what they could have done differently, but it's like you go, United States champion, Intercontinental champion, and the North American champion. It's like, okay, when are you bringing back the European title? But so I had to talk about that because that was something very intriguing. It's going to be kind of interesting going forward because Cody Rhodes doing a lot of interviews in regards to WWE versus AEW. So he's going to be brought in on this, and it's going to be this big old discussion. But again, I don't hate the belt. It's very different, so that's why it kind of gets to you a little bit, because it's like I really, really did like the design of the old belt. And so this new belt looks it's a huge difference. I almost wanted them to keep the white belt in the background, but to streamline it to a black belt, like what most of their titles look like, is probably smarter. But then again, they have to change with the times. And I mean, they were using a title belt that was commissioned by Cody Rhodes, and it was a design based upon the one his father wore. So, I mean, if you don't know, Cody Rhodes now owns the Dusty Rhodes character. So yeah, he now owns his father's character. Because if you don't know, Dusty Rhodes is actually Virgil Reynolds, and his son Dustin Reynolds, and Cody Rhodes is actually Cody Reynolds, but they all go by the Rhodes. I'm actually surprised that Cody could keep the last name when he did all the stuff for AEW, because of the fact that Rhodes is actually a WWE kind of thing. But anyway, so now that I've been talking about the Intercontinental title and title belts in general for 17 minutes, like I said, Friday shows were just going to kind of do casual. I could not pass that up. So anyway, other than that, I'm like counting down the days to my new job. It's actually kind of nice because it's been almost a year since my last job got rid of me, which kind of sucks. I was talking to somebody last night, and they brought up the whole saying, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's the sad part, is like I really did love my previous, not this last job, but the job previous to that, which if anybody doesn't know, I worked at Pizza Hut, then I worked at Domino's, and now I'm going to be working for Papa John's. I absolutely hated Domino's. I might get into it in a later video. I'm just kind of generalizing stuff right now. With Papa John's, I'm kind of on the fast track, so it's going to be quite fun. I saw the map of the area that I'm going to be delivering in, and it is huge, and it has some of the neighborhoods that I absolutely love, and I kind of miss these neighborhoods. Especially, I got them at the right time of year, because these neighborhoods, oh my God, there are so many people that decorate for Christmas. So I cannot wait to get deliveries in these areas and do that. But I'll be fast-tracked. I'll be immediately starting to train to be a manager, which was something that scared the living crap out of me when I was at the first place. And the reason I did it was because of my friends and wanting to help them out. And I remember, and I actually was talking to a person about this as well, just not naming names. But I sat there, and I remember one day, independent people are so much fun. And I remember I came in, and she was like, I don't care. I just let the whole place burn down. I don't care. And she just kind of was still going about her business. And I'm the type that I go, what can I do to help you? It's like, nothing, I don't care. And she walks and she goes to get something out of the walk-in. So me kind of going, okay. I just immediately went to work and I started making whatever I could on the screen. And when she came out, we got to work, we cleared the screen, and it was still relatively busy, but she calmed down almost immediately. And it was at that point that I knew, I was like, I made the right decision, because I was able to help her out. And she's still one of my best friends. We're not talking right now, but I care about her so much. Um, and I'll always hold out hope that we're still going to be a part of each other's lives. So I'm kind of hoping to get back to that, because I love that kind of industry. And as if anybody's actually checked like my descriptions, you see that I do have a GoFundMe for my own franchise. I'm really hoping to get that done. It'll be for me, but I want to bring a couple different people in, to kind of hope to change their lives a little bit, because I'm the type of person that I can see right in front of me, like I can see the first goal, but I'm always looking at the further point. So like I saw this very small hope that I'll get this, but I want this. And I never know how I'm going to get there. And I've had some bad luck, and getting there always seems to be a little further. So I'm hoping that I'm making strides towards that. I'm so happy to get a job. My videos on here might get a little different because I'm a closing driver, closing manager. So depending on the days of the week, I might not be here at 11 o'clock because I'll, of course, be at the store. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens down the road. Another really fun thing that happened tonight, I got to give my friend Adam his birthday gift. I got him a leather trench coat that I found from Goodwill. He absolutely loves Undertaker, which you can see that right there. It's awesome. I'll go over that in one of my art videos or my collection videos. But he actually has that too. I bought him that one time too. But I absolutely love giving gifts. And to see his face, it was really cool because, of course, I get WWE Slamcrates, which is where all this stuff came from. I got that cup, which I don't think you can really see because you can only see the microphone. And I got this there, which is a Becky Lynch thing. I got so many different things. This guy right here too, which you can barely see. So I've gotten some really cool stuff from it. And of course, what are you going to do with the boxes afterwards? So I took it and I compressed this trench coat as much as I could and put it in there so it looked like he got his own version of the WWE Slamcrate. He was thrilled, and I was so glad it fit him perfectly. Like the sleeves came down right to where you wanted them to. The length of it, I mean, I was so happy to give it to him, and I was so glad he loved it. So that was a really fun part of my day, which was kind of sad because I didn't know if I was going to actually get to see him anytime soon, because scheduling, and right now my mom's borrowing my car because her car's out of commission for the moment. So it's like not having your own car, living so far away, and then adulthood. Nobody likes adulthood. It's probably why I collect all this stuff, because it's like still the kid in me. So it's kind of fun. By the way, this is probably the first time anybody can see that I have Jeff Hardy up here. And actually, you can't see it, but all 4 of the Hardy Boy necklaces I have up there as well, which is the original full metal one. Then you got the purple one, then you got the blue and green one, and now the new red with black beads. So it's really cool. Again, I'll be showing all that off sooner or later. I'm kind of going around the room. Like I said, this is going to be literally me just bullshitting whatever comes to my head. But like I said, I was actually late today coming on here. I was watching Vanessa Hudgens. She has a Christmas movie on Netflix where it's almost like a kid in an old movie. It's called A Kid in King Arthur's Court, I think. Just forgot what it was. But instead, the knight comes to her, and then, of course, they fall in love. All that. It was actually pretty decent. I liked it. But the funniest thing was he was like watching TV, and on the TV was their other Christmas movie that they just came out with a couple weeks ago. That's starring Kristen Davis and Rob Lowe. Is that Rob Lowe? Yeah, Rob Lowe. So it was so funny, and then they showed the kiss and everything, and I was like, spoiler alert, like I still haven't seen it. Actually, that one I think my old boss would love because it's surrounded by elephants. Like they're helping this elephant family. It's so funny. But she loves elephants, so. But yeah, so I kind of got distracted. I didn't realize it was so late. I am lost on days. I thought today was Saturday. I'm like, okay, I work tomorrow. I got to get my car clear, all that kind of stuff. Which is something I definitely have to do tomorrow because I got to be able to put pizzas in my car. Man, I cannot wait. I hope I can make some money before Black Friday because I really love Black Friday shopping. So I would love to get a little bit before then. But for the most part, as soon as this job starts, it's fast track to Christmas. And while I do have some Christmas shopping already done, it's going to be kind of crazy. So hopefully it'll be better than last year. I remember last year I had so many different plans and I lost my job. And what really sucked, it was literally the weekend after Thanksgiving. So I had gone Black Friday shopping and I spent way more, which if you know me, that's classic me. I spent way more than I really should have and really could afford. And at the time, I felt like I had no money whatsoever, which is kind of funny because because I was able to, for an entire month and a half, somewhere around there, I was able to pretty much maintain my life. And that was because my first job, I was struggling, going paycheck to paycheck. Meanwhile, I had 3 envelopes with my car payment for 3 months just sitting there. And I had about half of that in my account. So I was able to do a lot more. That's why when everybody goes, "Oh, you suck at money managing," and I'm like, no, I really don't if I'm making money. But I do tend to overspend, especially when it comes to gifts. I love buying gifts for my friends and family. But yeah, and yeah, I buy myself stuff. I buy myself a few things, you know, here and there. This is honestly, I'm not even kidding. This is like one of my prized possessions. It is made out of metal, so it's really cool. But I try to do my friends and family good too. I don't know what else I really have to talk about. Like, there's really no movie news. There's really nothing else to really talk about. I did end up watching. I know. I think last night I brought up the fact that I finally looked at the box of Fighting with My Family and I saw that it said director's cut. Like, I don't know, it added like 2 minutes, because the only thing that I saw, because if you know anything about me as well, I I multitask everything. Like, honestly, you got the computer monitor that I'm on right now doing the show. You have a TV, which I have paused right now. I don't know if I'm going to continue to watch it, but I started to watch, or started to finish Book of Eli, which I love that movie. Um, Everybody's now going, you're throwing your movies around like that. I remember I was working at Hollywood Video, and I wonder if I have a case that will show it. Yes. Oh my God, I'm good. So this is actually The Birdcage, which is a really good movie. But you see that right there. That is actually where an insert would go. This red like tab thing. You push it in and you wouldn't be able to open the box unless you wanted to break it open, right? And what you had to do at Hollywood Video, you would take it so that the front was facing forward, and you would put it down on this metal thing and pull up. Actually, no, I think you did that. Either way, you basically did that, pull out, and the tab would come out because it was a high-powered magnet there. At one point, the computer that I was always at, well, actually, no, mine worked fine. The other one broke. And instead of leaving mine, they took mine and put it over there. So you would literally, at one point, I remember there was one night, me and a guy I worked with, Damien, were there, and you literally saw us go like this, slam, pop, throw, and we were just going back and forth. And of course, if you're at a movie store, you've got to make the reference, right? And if you don't know what reference I'm trying to make, I'm making the reference to Cocktail with Tom Cruise, where they're basically doing the hippie shakes, basically, and throwing the bottles and doing all that. But what people don't realize, and I don't know how they don't realize it, as you can tell, you're not hearing anything kind of shift around. That's because it's locked into place. The Blu-ray is still in my player. I haven't switched it out yet, which is why that was a DVD that I just showed you. But I've always done stuff like that. And see, I just dropped it. So let me stop doing that. But I've always done that. If there's something in my hand, I will play with it all the time, which is why I know how to do certain things. Like bow staff, when my daughter was first learning it in karate, like I could easily pick it up and do stuff, which, by the way, oh my God, I had to make this joke to my friend because I had to go back to the store to finish after they got my background check, which that was the fastest I've ever seen background checks come in. It was like 1 hour and they were done. But so I went to go pick up my daughter and my mom at karate. And as I came in, she was learning a submission move. And I was like, submission? They're teaching her submission holds? Really? They're teaching her how to... Anyway, so I did. I made the joke. I sent it to my friend. I'm like, the new WWE Women's Champion. So I was really kind of excited. It's been kind of fun. She's, of course, at that age where she's got the attitude. I don't know where she gets it from. Obviously not from me. It's not me at all. But yeah, so she's got the attitude, but it's been really fun, and she is really good. Like, she picks up on it fast, and she's starting to, and this kind of like warms my heart a little bit. She's starting to help others learn, and I really love that. And of course, next month, not next month, we're still in November. Holy shit. 2 months and 2 days from now, she will be hopefully getting her black belt. Again, in the description, if you want to help I appreciate any and all help. It's the first link in the description. But she'll be getting her black belt, and I've already got her a nice little surprise. So I cannot wait to give it to her. I've had that surprise since March. So I've had it for almost a year now. And I cannot wait. It's going to be so exciting. But yeah, I mean, that's basically the stuff I wanted to go with. I've been really lazy today, as you can almost kind of tell from my bed. I was like, I don't feel like making my bed. I woke up, I had a migraine, my back hurt. I'm getting old. And by the way, I should do DDP yoga. Anyway, turn upside down's the pussy. And if you don't know that joke, don't fucking comment about bullshit. This is What the Fuck Fridays. But yeah. Anyway, since we're at 36 and I keep saying I think I'm going to end the show early. Or end the show, not early. But again, always like, comment, because that is going to help me build my show and help me know what anybody wants to talk about. So like, comment, subscribe. And then if you would like to help my daughter get her black belt, because it does cost a bit of money, there's the link below. If you would like to help me achieve my dream of owning my own franchise company, there's a link for that below. I have my Lootcrate / Slamcrate, where you can get $5 off if you use the link below. Get them. They are really awesome. I cannot wait. Depending on when I get my next one, because I know it's already in the mail, I'm not going to do a live show of it, but I'll schedule it and have it put out there. That way I can kind of open it and give a first reaction to it. But they are really, really cool. It's a really good company. If you don't want them, you can always go to lootvault.com. I believe that's the right link, where you can actually purchase certain items. Maybe they got some bulk items, or maybe they just have some items that they didn't sell. So that is a really cool thing. You can kind of check out different stuff. And of course on YouTube, you can always check out other people doing unboxing. They're really kind of fun. But like I said, all my links are below. If you would like to help with this show, because as you can tell, I have my ceiling fan on amongst other lights in my room to try to make sure that this show looks well lit. So if you would like to help me get some lights and all that, there's a link in the description below for my Amazon wish list. And when you get there, if you want to buy anything for these cabinets, there's another public wish list to the left, but I did not want to put it in the description, is my gift wish list. So I will see you Monday. Now Monday we are going to be talking movies. Hopefully if there's any good trailers or anything coming out that I would like, that I find that I want to talk about, hopefully we'll be doing that. I will hopefully also be getting some people on the show. I know my buddy's trying to get his computer up and running so that he can join me maybe on the WWE show, which again, Mondays we are doing movies. On Tuesdays we are going to be doing Breaking Kayfabe, which we'll be talking about all things wrestling, but since mostly I'm the WWE man, as you can kind of tell, we will be talking about that on Tuesdays. On Wednesdays, I'm still not sure what I'm going to do on Wednesdays, what kind of show it will be. Thursdays, I will be doing my collection addiction show, which, as you can tell, I'm addicted to everything to collect. So we are going to be dedicating an entire show to collection addiction. And of course, next Friday will be What the Fridays. And yes, I think that's a funny title for the show, so that's what I did it. It's going to be anything. Now, if there is a breaking story like the Intercontinental title changing, and again, I just want to emphasize, look at that new design. Holy freaking crap. But if there's anything like that that I would like to discuss, we will be discussing that. If not, we will just be kind of going in the mind of me, which is a very dangerous place. I do not recommend it because I'm in my own head all the time, and it's so chaotic in there. It's going 100 miles a minute, which is why, actually, truthfully, welcoming you into this room, this is my head. This is what's going on in my head all the time. I speak in movies, I speak in riddles, I speak in anything and everything, and I will also swear quite a bit. So, again, see you Monday. We're going to be talking movies. Tuesdays, we're going to be talking wrestling. Wednesdays, I have no fucking clue. Thursdays, collector's addiction. Collector's addiction? It's actually collection addiction, which, if you forgot what the subject of that one is, we are going to be talking Avengers, which I got a nice little thing going on over here, which I will show you. And then Fridays, we'll be talking What the Fridays. Whatever comes to my mind. And I don't know how long any of those shows are going to be. So I will see you later. Have some fun and I don't know, call a friend, see how they're doing. See you later.